Good morning, guys. Yesterday we started with vertical circular motion, that is VCM. For generalized vertical circular motion, we found out three formulae. What were they? Vertical displacement H is equal to R into 1 minus cos theta. Theta is the theta is the angle made by string with respect to equilibrium or with respect to the string when it is at bottommost position. Then we found out the relation between initial velocity and final velocity, which initial velocity was u square. It was at bottommost position u square, and it was, I think, minus 2gh. Yep, minus 2gh. If this was the position of the string after angle theta, this was v, and this is the vertical displacement. And then we also calculated the tension in the string when the string and mass was at angle theta. What was it? T minus mg cos theta is equal to mv square by r. Other than tension, I can say we found out the resultant centripetal force, resultant of tension and weight, and calculated the centripetal force required at that point, because centripetal force will not be constant. It will change. It will change with position. It will be ever changing, because in VCM we already know that speed is not constant. Speed is not constant. See, in horizontal circular motion, we had a case where speed was constant, which was that uniform circular motion. Velocity was ever changing, because direction was changing with each position. So velocity, tangential velocity was ever changing, but when speed was constant, we treated it as a uniform circular motion. But I told you yesterday that in vertical circular motion, direction is going to change, because this is circular motion. But speed is also going to change, because this motion comes under the gravity, and thus there is going to principle of free fall. That means each time when at each and every position, g, small g, that is acceleration due to gravity, acceleration due to gravity is gonna play her part, and it's gonna change the magnitude of speed, because particle is going up and down. That means if we think it in linear way, it is following free fall motion, and free fall motion is always accelerated, and thus speed is changing. So I told you that always remember this formulae, because if you know this and what else conditions, different conditions, you will be able to solve any problem regarding vertical circular motion. So in VCM we found out for looping or to mass to complete the circle, for mass to complete the circle, speed of the mass or speed of the particle at the bottom should be greater than or equal to 5 mg. 5 mg. U must be greater than or equal to root 5 rg. Root 5 rg. This was our condition for looping. So if I put, this is minimum speed, minimum magnitude of velocity. If I put 5 root 5 rg here, then I can find out tension velocity at any position. If I know the position, that means I know theta, then I can find h, because r is gonna stay constant for the circle, for certain circle. If I know h and I know u, I can find out the velocity of particle, speed of particle at each and every position, and I can also find out the tension in the string, at each and every location. If we put minimum value here, that is 5 root 5 rg, we can find minimum values at any position. Generally we have specific positions, like when h is equal to r, that is horizontal position, at uppermost position. Here it was, if u is 5 rg, here v was root 2 rg. At horizontal position, at both location, it was root 3 rg. So we derived velocity at specific positions for looping. Then we moved on to next case, where now we know for looping, initial velocity or initial speed or speed at the bottom, or speed with which I should project the particle into a VCM, that should be 5 rg. So what will happen if initial velocity, initial speed or speed at the bottommost position is less than 5 rg, less than root 5 rg? We found out that if u lies between root 5 rg and root 2 rg, particle will leave the circle, if at this point my speed is between root 2 rg and root 5 rg, then my particle will leave the circular VCM and will follow projectile path under the influence of gravity. So what were the other conditions for this? H should be greater than R. This case will only happen when your vertical displacement is greater than R. That means your theta lies between 90 degree and 180 degree, and this location, we know condition this condition to happen, tension at spring should go 0, but velocity or speed must be non-zero. Then and then only this condition will happen. Particle will leave the vertical circular motion, but VCM will cease to exist, and then particle will follow the parabolic path. Under the projectile principles of projectile motion, caused by influence of gravity, caused by influence of gravity. So I had an a homework for you. I asked you to find out what were the value of vertical displacement, velocity, value of magnitude of velocity or speed, and value of tension when in this condition, when u was root 3 rg, root 4 rg, and when theta was 135 degree. I hope you I hope you did that. If not, I will put the chart on our WhatsApp group, and I will also put the calculations done. So you can find the pattern there. If you have done that, you can find the pattern there, and if you can if you can by heart this इंफॉर्मेशन, आप अगर ये इंफॉर्मेशन रट सकते हैं तो आई विल से रटिए. कंपल्सरी नहीं है, कंपल्सरी नहीं है, बट एग्जाम्स में क्या होता है, जो क्वेश्चन पेपर निकालता है उसको, कोई भी इंसान को स्पेसिफिक वैल्यूज या स्पेसिफिक पोजीशंस पे क्वेश्चन पूछना पसंद है. तो अगर आपको पहले से ही पता है सब इंफॉर्मेशन एटलीस्ट, तो आप ऐसा क्वेश्चन आया तो इजीली सॉल्व कर सकते हैं, इजीली सॉल्व कर सकते हैं. सो आई विल implore you to do this exercise if you haven't done it, because it will help you to understand VCM more and more. Because if you are doing the same thing for root 3 rg, root 4 rg, for theta is equal to 135 degree, you will get the point of this condition, and you won't have to look to this part again until you are doing a revision. So I said that when the particle leaves the circle, it follows the projectile motion. It follows the projectile motion. So question can be asked, what will be the maximum height, what will be the maximum height particle go further, or what will be the maximum height from the bottommost position of particle when it leaves the circular motion. So we can use formula for maximum height from projectile motion here. So if I draw only this part, this is theta, this is my u, and at this position my particle is leaving VCM and is following projectile motion. So if this angle is theta, and what will be this angle? This angle will be 90 degree. What will be the angle? What will be this angle? What will be this angle? Can anybody tell me? this angle will be if this is 90 degree, this angle will be pi minus theta. This is pi by 2. Then this angle will be pi minus pi by 2 minus pi minus theta, pi minus pi by 2 minus pi plus theta. This will get cancelled. So this angle will be theta minus pi by 2. And if this angle is 90 degree, so and we have to find this x angle, this plus x will be is equal to theta by 2. And if I take this to this side, what will happen? X is equal to pi by 2 plus pi by 2 minus theta. So our angle will be pi minus theta. So this angle will be pi minus theta. So now I know what with angle with horizontal the particle is projected. The particle is projected, and I also know the velocity with which the particle is projected because I know from here. So this height will be small h, which is our vertical displacement, and I am asking you the maximum height of projectile. So I am asking you this height, which is h max. What is the formula for maximum? What is the formula for maximum height in projectile motion? H max is equal to v square upon v square into sine square theta upon 2g. Our theta here is pi minus theta, so put that in sine square. So let me do this pi minus theta upon 2g. This is h max. If in question it is asked how much further particle will go, how much further, that means from this position, then your answer will be h max. But if the question is what will be the maximum height particle can attain from the lowest position, then your answer will be h. Let me say this distance is h. So this h will be h max plus h. So always read question very carefully, because examiner will in question paper this both options will be there, and examiner will try to confuse you, but if you read the question carefully, and if it is saying how much further, that means from the point of leaving from that position and onward height is asked, then this will be my answer. But if it is asked that what will be the distance, what will be the height from lowest position, that then you will have to add this vertical displacement small h. What other questions can be asked here? What other questions can be asked here? One question might be, you have a value of u between root 2 rg and root 5 rg. Then you will be asked to find this whole h or h max, whatever it may be. And then question will ask, if you start the VCM from bottommost position with speed of root 5 rg, it will complete the loop. And what will be the vertical distance between topmost position in case of looping and in case of when u is not completing the motion? U is particle is leaving the circle. So we already know that in case of completing the loop, our for the topmost position, our h is nothing but 2r. 2r. So what will be our delta h in that case? In that case, delta h will be, so let me write it neatly so you can write that in your notes. So if h, if u is equal to 5 rg, my h is equal to 2r. My capital H is equal to small h is equal to 2r. And if u lies between root 5 rg and root 2 rg, my h, so let me say this h1 and this is my h2, is h max plus small h. So question can be asked to find delta h. Delta h. What will be the vertical distance between uppermost position when particle is completing the circle and when particle is leaving the circle? Particle is leaving the circle, it will be h1 minus h2. h1 minus h2. So I have an exercise for you. Think it over and tell me tomorrow. Take any example. Take any example, and like if you can think it conceptually, or you can take some value of u. If you have done the, if you have completed the yesterday's exercise, you can take u is equal to root 3 rg or root 4 rg. With that you can find out what is theta, and then you can find out h max, and with that you can find out h2. And for same circle 2r, you can take when the condition of the looping, that is root 5 rg, and you can take h1 which will be 2r, and tell me which is higher. Tell me which is higher, which is larger. Is h1 larger or h2 larger? That's why I have put absolute sign here, because I want you to think Is H1 greater than H2 or H2 greater than H1? Because I want this vertical displacement in positive. I only want magnitude of this vertical displacement. That's why I have put the absolute sign here, because I want you to think what is greater. Is H1 greater than H2 or H2 greater than H1? And then write the correct formula. If H2 is greater than H1, write H2 minus H1. If H1 is greater than H2, write H1 minus H2. You can erase the absolute sign. So think it over. If you don't get it, I will tell you. Don't worry. But I want you to think. If you can think conceptually, that is really great. If you think we have used work energy theorem, we have used conservation of mechanical energy while deriving these formulas. So if you can think in that particular way, that is way better. If you are not able to do that, just put some values and find out the answer. Just put some values and find out the answer. You will be able to get which one is greater, and tell me. So this is the extra part which is related to VCM, how the two concepts in 2D motion, circular motion and projectile motion can be connected and questions can be asked. So in these types of questions, examiners is trying to study, or examiner is trying to get how examiner is checking multiple concepts in one question. So this type of question is asked. You have to know about VCM and projectile motion, and then only you will be able to solve this type of questions. So this was the condition for leaving the circle. मैंने आपको कल टीजर दिया था, व्हाट विल बी द अदर कंडीशन. मैंने आपको एंड में टीजर दिया था. अगर स्पीड, बॉटम मोस्ट स्पीड ऑफ प्रोजेक्शन, इनिशियल स्पीड एट बॉटम मोस्ट पोजिशन √5 rg से ज्यादा है, तो लूप कंप्लीट करेगा. अगर √2 rg और √5 rg के बीच में है तो थोड़ा ऊपर जाएगा, एंड देन वेलोसिटी नॉन जीरो रहेगी, बट टेंशन जीरो हो जाएगा. तो वो सर्कल लीव करेगा एंड प्रोजेक्टाइल मोशन फॉलो करेगा. तो हमने अब तक √2 rg से इंफिनिटी तक, √5 rg के आगे तो कितने भी जा सकते हैं हम, उसके आगे तक तो निकाल लिया, लेकिन स्पीड स्केलर है तो निगेटिव में तो नहीं जाएगा. तो 0 to √2 rg के बिटवीन क्या होगा वो हमने देखा ही नहीं. दैट्स व्हाई देयर आर टू कंडीशंस, देयर आर टू केसेस फॉर व्हेन u is less than √5 rg. First was case of leaving the circle, and second one is case of oscillation. तो मैंने I told you yesterday, when I started generalized vertical circular motion, I told you that √5 rg is providing the minimum kinetic energy to this block to rise in circular motion and reach to the top and come back again in circular motion. So if I decrease this kinetic energy, what is happening at certain point beyond h is equal to r or beyond theta is equal to 90 degree, tension is going zero, because there is no component along radius and opposing the tension, which is creating the tension. But we have provided enough velocity that velocity is non-zero. It is not reaching the top, but still it has velocity. But tension in spring is going zero. That's why it is following projectile path. But now we have decreased initial velocity or speed at the bottommost position so much that it will rise to certain point, and because it is against gravitational potential energy will increase and kinetic energy will start to decrease, and there will come a point where velocity or speed of particle will go zero. Speed of particle will go zero, and that means my particle will stop for a moment at that position and will come back to my original position equilibrium, and it will come back to my original position equilibrium. So this is case for oscillation. So in case of when it is leaving the circle, my tension was zero but velocity was non-zero. But in the case of oscillation, see, now string is in the lower half of circle. So even if it is not straight, it is with some angle, but below 90 degree, there is gonna be a there is gonna be a component of weight which is acting along the radius but in opposite direction, which is creating the tension. So in case of in case of oscillation, at extreme point when the VCM is ceasing to exist and oscillation is starting, at extreme point my tension will be non-zero but my speed will be zero. Let's see that mathematically or with using free body diagram. So let's assume this is string of length r. This is tied here, and this is my particle of mass m, and this is supposed to be path of the VCM, and this will be my u, and take a random position below the horizontal, because now we know that beyond this point there is another case. So this case to exist, it should fall below this point, because if string goes beyond 90 degree, what will happen? Projectile motion will happen. Will not happen. Oscillation will not happen. So first of all, we will have to take a random point anywhere between 0 degree to 90 degree. Let's suppose this angle is theta. What will be the weight mg? It will direct downward. If this angle is theta, this angle will be theta, and this will be the cos component of weight, which is acting along radius, and this will be my tension, which is acting toward the center. So there is a force which can create the tension, which is mg cos theta. So at this position there is tension. So tension is non-zero. This will be my mg sin theta, and I am saying that for oscillation to happen, just like in just like in free fall motion, when I throw this chalk up, when at a certain height it will stop, and at next instant it will come back. When it has stopped, its velocity is zero. Same is happening here, same is happening here. So for case of oscillation, we have flipped the condition. In last condition, this was non-zero, this was zero. Now this is non-zero, this is zero. And now we also know the force which is bringing the, what did I say? When it is at the extreme position, it will come back to the equilibrium or bottommost position. And why? What will be the force? Obviously, it will glide under. It will. This motion will be under gravity. That means, and gravity here is nothing but weight. So sine component of weight will bring the particle and string at its equilibrium or bottommost position. So let's take on this side. This will be my vertical, this will be my vertical height. This will be my vertical heights. Let's calculate. Let's calculate it using our formula. V square is equal to U square minus 2GH. So at extreme points of oscillation, my V is gonna be zero. So at extreme points, my H will be U square upon 2G. U square upon 2G. Now see, for first case, my H should have been greater than R. H should have been greater than R. So I know for this condition to exist, my H should be less than R, or theta should be less than 90 degree. But should it be less than or equal to 90 degree? Should it be less than or equal to 90 degree? So let's assume it is less. We will find when it is equal to R. That means at horizontal position, what is happening? If our V is zero there, we will find out that but first let's assume we know that H should be less than R. I don't know if H, what will be the condition at H is equal to R. I don't know that, but we will find out that in a moment. In a moment, but we definitely know that H should be less than R. H should be less than R. So let's put our this value of this H here. U square upon 2G should be less than R. So U should be less than square root of 2GR. Square root of 2GR. For previous case, our U must must be greater than 2gr, and I have assumed that I know that h should be less than, for r case of oscillation h should be less than r, but we still don't know what will happen at h is equal to r, u is equal to root 2 gr, or theta is equal to 90 degree. We still don't know this. So for this position, for this situation, we know that the first case won't happen, because there we have already proved that it should be greater than. So let's check if this situation fits here. Let's check if this situation checks here. That means if I put h is equal to r, do I get u is equal to 2gr? Do I get u is equal to 2gr? If I put h is equal to r here, let's put it. So r is equal to u square upon 2g, and u is equal to root 2g r. So my my condition still holds. So my this condition should change, and h should be greater or less than or equal to, less than or equal to. That means from bottommost point to the horizontal point, oscillation rules. From beyond that until 180 degree, less than 180 or less than 2r, first case, that means leaving the circle case will rule. And if the particle can reach the height of 2gr, then looping is ruling. Looping is ruling. So what are the conditions? Let's make the list of conditions for oscillation. Speed at lowest point u should be less than or equal to root 2 rg, and as it is speed, it will be never negative, so its value should be greater than 0. Second, vertical displacement h should lie between 0 and less than or equal to r. And third, angular displacement should be greater than 0 and less than or equal to 90 degree. This should be the case for oscillation, for conditions for the oscillations. Now let's study this case of oscillation using simple pendulum and vertical circular motion. So if I have a pendulum with string of length L, excuse me, and bob of mass m, and this pendulum can sway between these two positions. So extreme points are at this A and B are at theta 0 degree, theta 0 degree. So let's study the kinematics and dynamics of element my bob at at this extreme position. So first of all, for oscillation in VCM, my U should be less than or equal to 2 Rg and should be greater than 0. And at extreme points, my theta 0 is plus or minus theta is plus or minus theta 0, because of if I measure the angle at this in this direction, it is positive, and in this direction it is negative. And at extreme positions, I also say that V is equal to 0 and T is not 0, because that is what our condition for oscillation. So let's find. So if string is here, let's draw free body diagram here. Mg will act in this direction. If this is theta 0, this will be theta 0. This will be the cos component of my mg. This will be my mg sin theta 0. This will be my tension. This will be my tension. And at extreme position, my V will be 0. My V will be 0. So when it reaches this position, this bob or this particle will start to travel towards equilibrium position. Will start to travel towards equilibrium position. So motion will be in tangentially downward direction. So if my ACP or AR, उसका तो direction change नहीं होगा, but my tangential accelerations direction will be this way. And if I use the principle of centrifugal motion, centrifugal force, it will be along the anti-parallel to centripetal acceleration or along the radius and away from center. Yesterday we took the principle of centripetal force. So today let's change it a little bit and use principle of centrifugal force. So speed is 0 at extreme point A or B. Speed is 0. So what will be my centripetal acceleration, which is v square by r, will be 0. So at extreme point, my centripetal force will be centripetal force centripetal force will be 0. And if at extreme position, if there is no centripetal force, there won't be any centrifugal force. So I don't need to draw this. And because there is no centripetal force, मैंने आपको बताया था कि ये क्या है, ये बाप है, और ये बाप नहीं होगा तो बेटा नहीं होगा, मतलब सेंट्रीपिटल फोर्स 0 हो गया एट दिस पोजीशन, तो सर्कुलर मोशन तो बंद हो गया, इसलिए तो वापस आ रहा है ना वो. दैट्स व्हाई इट इज रिटर्निंग, इट इज फॉलोइंग द ऑसिलेटरी मोशन. तो देखिए, वंस अगेन वी हैव प्रूव्ड दैट if velocity speed goes to 0, even if tension is not 0, क्या हो रहा है, सर्कुलर मोशन बंद हो रहा है. तो ये बाप तो नहीं है तो बेटा भी नहीं होगा. नाउ फ्रॉम दिस फ्री बॉडी डायग्राम I can say that my tangential force is provided by this component, mg sin theta. See, what did I say? That the force responsible for bringing the particle to the equilibrium position is mg sin theta. And similarly, the force acting along the tangent but towards downward direction is tangential force, because AT is along that direction. So this mg sin theta must be acting as tangential force. So my tangential force is provided by mg sin theta, and my theta is theta 0. So my tangential acceleration will be, if f is equal to ma, then this will be my acceleration, g sin theta 0. So my ACP is 0, my FCP is 0, my tangential acceleration has a value, and tangential force has a value. Now we are in the realm where centripetal force and centripetal acceleration are 0, but tangential acceleration and tangential force is non-zero. अब तक इन पे बहुत जुल्म हो रहा था, क्योंकि हमने ऐसे बहुत केसेस देखे कि हम बोल रहे थे ये 0 हो सकता है, ये 0 हो सकता है, बट ये कभी 0 नहीं होगा. मैंने इसको बाप कहा था और इसको चाचा कहा था, बट यहां बाप तो अब एफटी निकला, यहां बाप को निकला एफटी निकला. मतलब ऑसिलेशन क्या है, कजन है सर्कुलर मोशन का. Because FCP is 0 here, and only force acting responsible for the motion is EFT. Is EFT at extreme positions. बीच में ये होगा, V होगा, FCP भी होगा, ACP भी होगा, बट एक्सट्रीम पोजीशन पे क्या होगा, V 0 हो जाएगा और कुछ सेकंड, कुछ चंद लम्हों के लिए FT राज करेगा और ये 0 हो जाएगा, बट वापस V को वैल्यू आ जाएगी और A तक जाने तक FCP वापस राज करेगा एंड फिर चंद लम्हों के लिए FT राज करेगा और FCP 0 हो जाएगा. So what will be my net acceleration at extreme points? ACP square plus AT square. If this is 0, my A net will be AT is equal to G sin theta. 0 is equal to A net. And my F net will be mg sin theta. Force is equal to mass into acceleration. So what will be the height, vertical height from the point of suspension? That means this h. What will be the vertical height h? Generally we calculate vertical height from bottommost position. Until now we have calculated vertical height from this position, but in case of pendulum, vertical displacement is sometime measured from point of suspension. So we will calculate both. So vertical displacement from equilibrium position, that is bottommost position, nothing but h, and for it, as it is at extreme, we will call it as h0. It will be L1 minus cos theta 0. This formula won't change because this is purely trigonometry and this does not depend on the motion. And what will be vertical displacement from point of suspension? Let's take it as capital H0. This is capital H, this is theta 0, this is L. So my H0 will be L cos theta 0. So we found out the accelerations and forces acting on the bob or particle at extreme position. Let's see what is kinematic and dynamics at the equilibrium position. At the equilibrium position, that means at theta is equal to 0. At theta is equal to 0 degree. We already know that velocity at this position is nothing but u, and it should be less than or equal to under root of 2gl. Now radius here is length of string, which is l. So in case of oscillation, we have to complete this condition, then and then only we can go further. Then if there is a speed, then there will be radial or centripetal acceleration, which will be v square upon l, and it will be क्या होगा 2g होगा. देखो should be less than or equal to 2g. So ar should be less than or equal to 2g. अब AT क्या होगा इधर, टेंजेंशियल फोर्स या टेंजेंशियल एक्सेलरेशन होगा क्या, पहले तो देखो इक्विलिब्रियम पोजीशन पे mj क्या डायरेक्टली डाउनवर्ड जा रहा है, टेंशन डायरेक्टली अपवर्ड जा रहा है. अगर v है तो सेंट्रीफ्यूगल फोर्स होगा अकॉर्डिंग टू द विद द फ्रेम ऑफ रेफरेंस ऑफ द बॉब, वो क्या होगा mv स्क्वायर अपॉन r. There is no force in tangential direction. There is no force acting in tangential direction. So that's why ft and at will be 0. देखो फ्रॉम दिस एक ही आर्क लेते हैं, सेम टू सेम वैसा ही उधर होगा. एट इक्विलिब्रियम पोजीशन net force or net acceleration will be only centripetal or radial acceleration or radial force, and at extreme position net force or net acceleration will be tangential force or and tangential acceleration, and in between net force will be resultant of both. So if this position is O, from O to A and O to B, there will be both centripetal and tangential force, but at extremes, at equilibrium, there will be only centripetal force, and at extreme A, there will be only tangential force. Tangential force. So what will be my F net will be, if this is, then FCP is equal to, it should be less than or equal to 2mgr, sorry 2mg. So my F net will be equal to FCP, which should be equal to or less than 2mg. Now from this I can say F radial is 0. So tension minus weight minus centrifugal force is equal to 0. So what will be the value of tension if I take this to this side, other side, mg plus mv square upon r, and I put this value of v there, then this equation will transfer to less than or equal to, so maximum value of tension will be 2gl upon L, and maximum value of tension will be will get cancelled. 2 mg plus mg is 3 mg. 3 mg. Three mg. So at equilibrium point, that means at theta is equal to 0 degree, my tension upper limit is 3 mg, and at extreme position, that means where velocity is going 0, my tension will be mg cos theta 0. Cos theta 0. If you find out the relation for theta 0 from using small h or capital H and L, you can put that there, and this tension will be less than this, see, because cos theta will always lie between 0 and 1, so maximum it will be at horizontal cos 90 t is equal to 0 हो रहा है ना, cos 90 क्या होता है, 0 होता है. सो यहां से यहां तक जाने के लिए द maximum tension will be at equilibrium position, and as it is going towards extreme point, and we know that how extreme the extreme point can be until small h is r, that means at horizontal position. Here tension will also go 0, so from here to here, so in oscillation, my tension will lie between these two values. So just like yesterday's exercise, you will use the formulas for tension, velocity, theta, small h, capital H, and find the value of and find the values of those. Let me check. Yeah. So in yesterday's exercise, you found out the vertical displacement, velocity where tension is 0, and theta when tension is 0 for u is equal to root 3 rg, root 4 rg, and 135 degree. So similarly, today you should find the vertical displacement from bottom or from the point of suspension, tension when velocity is 0, and theta at initial velocity of root rg and root 2 rg, that is like specific numbers, and find initial velocity, vertical displacement and tension when theta is 45 degree. When theta is 45 degree. So you will get nice chart. You will get nice chart from for all the values, velocity, tension, theta, cos theta, blah blah blah, in VCM from u is equal to root rg to u is equal to 5 rg. So ऐसा चार्ट बनाइए कि चार्ट के फर्स्ट कॉलम में क्या होगा, इनिशियल स्पीड और स्पीड एट बॉटम पोजीशन u होगा, एंड रूट 5 rg से शुरू किया, रूट 5 rg के लिए सब वैल्यूज निकालिए एंड एंड में लिखिए दिस इज द केस फॉर लूपिंग, एंड देन स्टार्ट, देन डबल लाइन मारिए, नेक्स्ट केस चालू होगा फॉर रूट 4 rg, रूट 3 rg, सब वैल्यूज निकालिए, एंड फॉर थीटा इज इक्वल टू 135 डिग्री सब वैल्यूज निकालिए, एंड एंड में लास्ट कॉलम में लिखिए ब्रैकेट डाल के कि दीज ऑल आर केसेस ऑफ लीविंग द सर्कल, पार्टिकल लीविंग द सर्कल, एंड में रूट 2 rg एंड रूट rg के लिए एंड थीटा इज इक्वल टू 45 डिग्री के लिए सब वैल्यूज निकालिए, एंड एंड में डालिए या इनिशियली डालिए कि this will be the case for oscillation. So you will get a nice chart, and from that chart you will find many patterns, and from that chart you will get at h is equal to r, that means at theta is equal to 90 degree, you are getting v is equal to 0 and t is equal to 0. So beyond theta is equal to 90 degree, your tension is 0 but speed is non-zero. Below theta is equal to 90 degree, your speed can go 0 but tension will be non-zero. But at theta is equal to 90 degree, you will find it, you have to find it. I have done the calculation, that's why I know that at theta is equal to 90 degree, tension will go 0 if you start with this condition, u is equal to root 2 rg. If you use exactly this, for u is equal to root 2 rg, the at horizontal position tension and speed will both go 0. So you might get the question, if I start if I tie a string to a particle and put it in a vertical circular motion with initial velocity at bottom is u is equal to root 2 rg, what will be the position where speed of the particle or speed of the bob and tension both goes 0? So, or if T and V are going 0 at theta is equal to 90 degree or vertical small h is equal to r, then what will be the speed at bottom most position? So that is why I am telling you to do this calculation for various specific points, because using that you will get some pattern or some specific information that you will be asked, you might be asked in that information can be asked in examination as a form of question, and if you do this now and you get the point, now I will never forget when I was studying, I did the calculation and I found out at root 2 rg both are going 0, and I will never forget. I will never forget it. Same will happen to you if you are doing it sincerely, and if by coincidence or by chance same question is asked in examination, you will be happy that I did the exercise. That's why I am telling you to do the work. I can do it for you, you will write it down, you might forget it, but when you are doing it by yourself, using what I have taught in the class, you are also revising the part in the class, and you are also doing more work. So that will be like double revision. Double revision. That's why I asked you to do the work yesterday, and that's why I am asking you to do the work today. If you have a problem, ask me. I will help you. But like I said yesterday, and I say every day, you also have to put the efforts. If you give 100%, I will give you 200%. It's just saying there is nothing as a 200%. In percentile, maximum is 100%. But generally we say 200%. हजार टका में आऊंगा, 1000 टका होगा, ऐसा बोलते हैं. वैसे मैं बोल रहा हूँ, if you give, if your efforts are infinity, my efforts will be infinity plus 1. But you will have to put efforts. If you don't give me the response in terms of study, in terms of completing the work, then my study, my teaching will also be according to your response. I know which of you are actually studying, because students who actually are doing the assignments which I have assigned, or doing the work or studying, only those students are getting doubt, and they are asking me the doubt. There are some students, they have never asked me doubt because they are not doing the work. And if you are not studying, you won't get it, because you have to study and clear the concept here and now by today itself. Then and then only you can understand tomorrow's topic, because learning physics is like stepping stones. If you don't have your first stone firm, then you won't be able to put your next stone on it, and you won't be able to build your tower of physics. And this conceptual work, this might feel difficult for some, this might feel easy for some, but if you get this, you will start to get, or able, you will be able to solve easy examples for JEE or NEET. I am saying easy or medium level example because in JEE and NEET you have to not only apply one concept, you sometimes have to apply many concepts. Just like we saw, we apply circular motion, vertical circular motion and projectile in one. So if you want to solve questions for JEE Advanced, if you I know here are some students who are striving for IIT. So if you want to solve questions in JEE Advanced exams, this should be, this is very easy. This is very easy because the difficulty level of those questions is very high. But you should know this because those questions are built upon this this all information. This is nothing but foundation. We are gonna look some questions from GE main type examples. So you will get how we are applying this all this information to our questions. But if you are not doing revision, if you are not doing self study, if you are not doing assignments, it will be hard for you. और अगर एक बार आप पीछे छूट गए तो कभी भी कोप अप नहीं कर पाएंगे, क्योंकि बाकी का क्लास में आगे बढ़ते जाऊंगा और आप एक दो दिन भी पीछे पड़ गए और मैंने कभी ब्रेक नहीं लिया तो जस्ट लाइक इफ आई गिव यू एन एग्जांपल ऑफ फिजिक्स, आई एम गोइंग वी आर गोइंग इन सेम डायरेक्शन, बट now I am at speed of 100 meter per second and you are behind me and you are at a speed of 80 meter per second. You will never be able to catch me, because in 1 second I will go 100 meter, you will go 80 meter. In second I will go 200 meter, you will go 160. That means gap between us only increase. So study on regular basis, and then only you will be able to conquer the physics. So we studied vertical circular motion, cases in vertical circular motion, condition for looping, condition for leaving particle leaving the circle, condition for oscillation using a string and a particle tied to a string. Length of the string was r and it was tied to a center point C. And we found out the dynamics and kinematics of VCM. So because we use string, so force balanced had tension in it. And other things will be same. But next, what I am saying, same principle can be applied to a same principle of vertical circular motion of a bob attached to a string can be applied to a particle moving inside the circular inside smooth spherical or cylindrical or circular shell. So this is spherical, cylindrical or circular shell. This is smooth surface. Smooth word is very important, because we are not taking friction into consideration. Even here, when this particle is performing vertical circular motion, or even if it is following oscillation, we haven't considered air resistance. There will be air resistance if it is in actual condition, but we have considered it in a vacuum. Similarly, we are not considering the inside surface of this spherical shape with friction, we have considered it as a frictionless surface. And if this particle of mass m is going inside this circular smooth surface, we can apply same principle of this particle attached to a string to this. Only difference will be, so let me write the statement. Principles of VCM for bob attached to a string is similar to particle moving inside a smooth spherical, cylindrical or circular shell. The only difference will be here our electromagnetic force was tension because there was string. But here we have two surfaces, and when there are two surfaces, our electromagnetic force, reaction force will be normal reaction. Normal reaction. Just replace tension by normal reaction. So similarly as this, there will be three conditions here: case for looping, case for leaving the circle, and case for oscillation. I am just going to write the final answers, or I am directly going to write the results, but I wish you do the all analysis once again, just like our previous analysis. Like we derive all the formulas in this and last session. I expect you to derive similarly for motion of particle inside a smooth circular shape. Now it will be very easy for you, but someone can say that is not necessary, you can just tell me end results, but I want you to do it because उसके वजह से क्या होगा, प्रैक्टिस होगा, फ्री बॉडी डायग्राम निकालने का प्रैक्टिस होगा, वंस अगेन वीसीएम का प्रैक्टिस होगा, और आपके पास अगर आपने अभी 4-5 पेजेस छोड़ के फाइनल रिजल्ट अभी लिखे और बाद में भी लिख सकते हैं, और वहां आपने पूरा वर्क किया, देन व्हेन यू आर रिवाइजिंग, अभी आपके पास टाइम है काम करने के लिए, बट जैसे जैसे एग्जाम पास आते जाएगी आपको ज्यादा स्टडी करना पड़ेगा, और आपके पास अभी वर्क है तो यू कैन जस्ट लुक इट ओवर एंड, और तब आपको ज्यादा स्ट्रेस देने का काम नहीं पड़ेगा. बट मोर देन दैट आई थिंक दिस विल हेल्प यू विथ practice of free body diagram, conservation of mechanical energy, trigonometry, geometry, circular motion. So you should do all analysis for particle moving inside the circular smooth circular shell. So case for looping. What should be the speed at bottommost point? Greater than or equal to 5 rg. So, what is the ideal case? If my particle is here, I project it with root 5 rg, u is equal to 5 rg, and at this position, v will be root 2 rg, and what will be the normal force? Normal force will go 0 because tension at that point goes 0, and at this position my normal reaction will be 6 mg. I am just replacing T with N. What will be the case for leaving the circle? Leaving the circle, U should be less than 5 Rg and greater than root 2 Rg. Root 2 Rg. So here for if this is U, this will be my V at this position. Normal force will go 0, but V will be non-zero, and this will be my H, which will be greater than R, and my theta will lie between 180 degree and 90 degree. Similarly, what will be the case for oscillation? Your speed at bottommost position should be greater than 0 and less than or equal to root 2 Rg. So if this is a smooth circular shell and this is my quadrant, my particle will be here at this position. V will be 0, normal force will be non-zero, and if this is U and this is theta, this will be my H, small h, which will be less than R, less than or equal to R, and my theta should be greater than 0 and less than or equal to 90 degree. 90 degree. I am just replacing tension with normal. I hope you will do the whole analysis starting with generalized case and finding the equation for vertical displacement, relation between v square and u square, and tension, you will see that h and u square h equation for h and v square and u square relations are not changing because there is no tension involved there, so there will be no normal reaction there. But wherever the tension is involved at that locations, in these cases normal reaction will enter and analysis will change accordingly, and your answer will be the same, just your tension is replaced by normal reaction, is replaced by normal reaction. So this is the case. This In this situation, particle is moving inside the spherical surface, smooth spherical surface. But what if it is moving outside the spherical surface? It is moving outside the spherical surface. VCM of a particle outside the spherical surface. So there is spherical surface, in two dimensional it will be a circle, and if I put my particle here, and projects it with some initial velocity of u along the circular surface, for some moment it will follow the circular path, and there will come a point where it won't be able to stick to the circular path, and it will leave the circular path and will follow down. It will leave the circle and will follow down using with projectile path under the influence of gravity. It will follow projectile trajectory. So let's assume this is my topmost point A, and point B is where my particle is leaving the circular surface. That means vertical displacement from vertical height from my initial point and between point of leaving will be h, and radius of my sphere is r, capital small r. Then what will be the value of small h? What will be the value of small h? If this is h, then this will be r minus h. This will be r, and if this is theta, you can take cos theta. Cos theta will be r minus h upon r. So h will be r into 1 minus cos theta. Yep, r into 1 minus cos theta. So it will be same as particle with a string or inside motion, just but there our vertical displacement was from initial point and our initial point was bottommost point. Here our initial point is topmost point. Let's draw all the forces, free body diagram at point B, where R particle is leaving the circular surface. This will be my mg. If this is theta, this angle will be theta, and this will be my mg cos theta. And as this is outside the surface, my normal reaction will be this way. And if it is following the circular motion, my centrifugal force will point outward, as mv square upon r. So we can take f radial equal to 0, then we will get n plus mv square upon r minus mg cos theta equal to 0, and so n will be equal to, or mv square theta be equal to mv square by r equal to mg cos theta minus n. Minus n. See, if we apply the principle of centripetal force, the resultant along the radial direction will be my centripetal force. The force pointing towards center will be positive force, and force pointing away from the center will be negative force, and resultant of that positive and negative force will be my centripetal force, and I am getting that. So you can use you can use either principle. So let's apply conservation of mechanical energy between A and B. Let's apply conservation of mechanical energy between A and B. Delta Ke is equal to delta Pe. Now, as it is going downward, but this height from the bottom is decreasing, so potential energy is decreasing, so velocity or kinetic energy at point B will be higher than point A. So half of mv square minus half of mu square is equal to mgh. And so v square will be u square plus 2gh. बघा काय फरक झालाय. आधी काय होतं, इथं मायनस होतं कारण आपलं मोशन काय होतं, खालून वर जात होतं. आता वरून खाली येतंय, त्याच्यामुळं कन्फ्यूज व्हायचं नाही. स्ट्रिंग टू द मास टू द स्ट्रिंग आणि पार्टिकल इनसाइड द सरफेस होतं तेव्हा काय होतं, यू स्क्वेअर मायनस 2gh होतं. आता इथं यू स्क्वेअर प्लस 2gh आलेलं आहे. यू स्क्वेअर प्लस 2gh आलेलं आहे. तर त्याच्यामुळं कन्फ्यूज होऊन जायचं नाही. कन्सेप्ट लक्षात आली तर तुम्हाला बरोबर हे होणार. बघा परत आपल्याला 3 बेसिक रिलेशन्स मिळालेले आहेत जनरलाइज्ड इक्वेशन वापरून. नाउ let theta be the theta b where particle breaks the contact with surface. So at theta is equal to theta b, my normal reaction will be 0, because for normal reaction there should be some contact between two surfaces, because normal reaction is force created by electromagnetic reaction between two surfaces, electrons of two surfaces. So at the point of breaking contact, my normal reaction will be 0. So here theta will be theta b and n will be 0. So mv square and I will say this is a breaking velocity, breaking speed, mv b square by r will be equal to mg cos theta b. I can find HB using cos theta b. HB will be R into 1 minus cos theta b. I can put this H theta b here. So I will get VB square equal to U square plus 2GR 1 minus cos theta b. 1 minus cos theta b, and if we are asked to calculate what will be the break of angle, theta b is break of angle and VB is break of velocity. क्वेश्चन मध्ये फक्त तुम्हाला इनिशियल स्पीड दिलेलं आहे आणि रेडियस दिलेला आहे स्पेअरचा, आणि विचारलं की व्हॉट इज द रिलेशन फॉर कॉस थीटा बी. त्याचे ऑप्शन्स असतील किंवा व्हॅल्यू दिले असेल तर काढायला विचारलं असेल तर तुम्हाला काय करावं लागेल, हे रिलेशन आणि हे रिलेशन वापरून कॉस थीटा बी चं रिलेशन काढावे लागेल. म्हणजे हे व्हीबी स्क्वेअर तुम्ही इथं टाकलं की तुम्हाला फक्त इथं मी लिहिलं इथं आर पाहिजे, फक्त आर आणि यूच्या आर यू आणि थिटा बीच्या फॉर्म मध्ये सगळे रिलेशन असेल. जी तर आपल्याला माहिती आहे, जी कॉन्स्टंट आहे, त्याच्यामुळे जीचं टेन्शन नाही घ्यायचं. आणि मग हे इक्वेशन आणि हे इक्वेशन, दोन इक्वेशन सॉल्व्ह करून जर कॉस थिटा बी ची व्हॅल्यू काढली तर काय मिळते, 2rg प्लस यू स्क्वेअर अपॉन 3rg. मग जसं तुम्हाला ब्रेक ऑफ अँगलचं रिलेशन माहितीये, ओनली इन टर्म्स ऑफ आर अँड यू, you can find the relation for VB only using u and r. Just put this cos theta b here. You will only your relation will be in the form of VB, r and u. So if I put this equation in equation of centripetal force here, I get VB is equal to square root of rg plus u upon 3. u square plus rg upon 3. Sorry. u square plus rg upon 3. So this will be the break off speed and this will be the break off angle at which your particle is breaking off its contact with spherical surface and following the projectile trajectory until it reaches the ground. So this was special case of vertical circular motion. There are many questions based on this. This is special case of vertical circular motion. We are going to study another case of special case of vertical circular motion or circular motion. Until now, our whole study of circular motion was in inertial frame of reference because we use Newton's laws in every case. Many times we use Newton's laws without any tension, without any risk, without changing any value of acceleration. So we know that until this point our whole study was in inertial frame of reference because we were able to use Newton's laws of motion until now, and we can only apply Newton's laws of motion. We can only apply Newton's laws of motion in non-inertial, in non-accelerating frame of reference. We will take the case of circular motion in accelerating frame of reference in 5 minutes. Let's take a break for 5 minutes and I will be back.